How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a great day so far. So the other day I was having a conversation with a student who reached out to me to tell me all about just how useless a pre-med degree actually was unless you ended up going to medical school. And I mean, I thought about it for a little bit. At first I thought maybe they had some good points, but I mean, come on. Just look at how pretty. Imagine how pretty this would be up on a wall. No, I'm totally joking, guys. This is my pre-med degree. This is my Bachelor's of Science Honors in Biomedical Science that I got from McMaster University. What I'm going to be doing today is talking about why this definitely is not a useless degree, and just going over some of the different things that you could do with your pre-med degree if you don't want to go to medical school. I don't know. First things first, I do want to start off with a little story. Flashback to my first year of undergrad, I was in biomedical science. I remember sometime in my first week of school, I was in a chemistry class, and the professor standing at the front of the class asked us all, out of everyone here, who wants to go to medical school when they're done their undergrad. And I remember my buddy beside me had his hand up, some of my other friends had their hand up, and a large percentage of the class actually they all had their hands up. And the professors know this. They know that with a lot of these pre-med degrees, a lot of the students are there so that they could eventually move on to medical school. But if we flash forward about 4 more years to when I was finished my undergrad, and I was in a stem cell biology course towards the end of my undergrad, we were asked this question again, except this time, out of everyone in the class, I would say that it was just me and a few other students in the class that actually still had their hands up when they were asked whether or not they still wanted to go to medical school. So the first thing that I want to do is really just get rid of any stigma that there is regarding this question here. There are lots of reasons why students might not want to go to medical school after their pre-med degree. From data suggesting that physician burnout levels may be higher than 30% in some cases, to the additional 5 to maybe 15 years of additional schooling after your undergrad degree that you'll actually need before you start practicing as a doctor in some cases. Deciding whether or not to go to medical school is going to be a very personal decision that everyone's going to have to make for themselves. And telling your parents one time in the first year of university that you maybe wanted to be a doctor and then deciding not to go to medical school doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that you didn't have your entire life together when you were 18 years old. I mean, who does, really? So now, let's take a quick minute to talk about all the different things that you could do with your pre-med degree if you don't want to go to medical school. So let's start off with the entry-level positions if you don't want to do any additional schooling after your undergrad degree. You could be something like a lab assistant, or a scientific editor assistant, or even something to do with one of the entry-level positions in environmental surveying. Working in a lab or doing something along the lines of scientific writing and editing are really going to be some jobs that you are directly qualified for after finishing your pre-med degree. And I have a lot of friends that actually got into those fields right out of undergrad. One of my best friends even got into cannabis cultivation, where he was working with the government. And again, this is a fairly new job, but it does go to show that there are many positions available for students straight out of undergrad without needing to do additional schooling if you want to. Now, I did do a little bit more. I actually went onto Indeed to look up some job postings around my area for how much the average salary for these types of positions are, and they seem to range from between $45,000 and $52,000 for brand new graduates looking to get into these basic science fields. Now, on the total opposite end of the spectrum, let's say you finish your pre-med degree and you just don't want to go to medical school, but you are looking to do a lot more schooling, something along the lines of a 4-year additional degree or even beyond. Then you could look at some options like pharmacy school, dentistry school, optometry school, or even veterinary school. Now, the good thing about these careers is that they are incredibly important to the healthcare system, and in a lot of cases, you're going to be treating patients, regular patients, just like if you were a doctor. In at least one of these careers, you're actually going to be treating patients that are cuter than regular patients. Also, in a lot of cases, and at least from what I've seen anyways in my own research, these professions seem to be compensated a lot better than the average population, which is always going to be a plus. On the other hand, though, you do want to keep in mind that it is going to be a minimum of a 4-year degree on top of what you've already done before you could actually start practicing in one of these professions. And then, in addition, a lot of people who have actually been to like dentistry school, for example, have told me that it might be just as competitive as getting into medical school, or in the very least, it is a very competitive program to try and get into for all of these different ones. And I mean, maybe you don't want to go to medical school, but you still do want to be involved in direct patient care. In those cases, there are still additional careers that you can choose from, like being a registered nurse or a nurse practitioner, being a physician assistant, a physiotherapist, or even a registered dietitian. All of these jobs are incredibly important when it comes to patient care, and I think are great options for people who have decided that they don't want to go to medical school. Keep in mind though that there may be additional educational requirements that you'll need after your bachelor to pursue some of these degrees, like a 4-year degree in physiotherapy, for example, or a degree in being a physician's assistant. And I mean, I don't know, maybe after your pre-med degree you decided that you didn't want to work in the healthcare field at all, but you just really liked the things that you were learning about, some of the basic sciences and the chemistry, for example. Then you could get into teaching. You could really teach at any level after your pre-med degree. You could do elementary school or high school, college, or university level teaching. Now, if you want to teach at the elementary or high school level, then you're going to have to be going to teacher's college after you finish your pre-med degree. But if you want to teach at the college level or even the university level, a master's is absolutely necessary after your undergrad. And in a lot of cases for both college and university programs now, they want to see that their professors have at least a PhD or will be working towards a PhD as they continue on in their career. Now, as a general rule, college professors and university professors are paid a lot more than elementary school and high school teachers, but it does take much longer to become either a college or university professor, and these programs tend to be very competitive when it comes to actually applying for a job. Now, just how much longer exactly is really going to depend on the person, the position, and also the university itself. But a lot of professors that I've spoken to have done something called a postdoc degree, which is an additional 4 to 5 years of training after your PhD before they went on to become a professor. One of the things that I really just want to communicate, guys, is that there are so many different things that you could do with your pre-med degree. Even there's so many options that a lot of people just never think about. I've met people who, after their pre-med degree, they went on to become a mortician and helped out in embalming and getting bodies ready for funerals. I've also met people actually in medical school who, with their pre-med or medical degree, decided not to become a doctor, but instead went to join the FBI or the Canadian CSIS. And just as a quick side note, I'm pretty sure that was like the coolest person I've ever met to first gotten their MD and then went on to become an FBI agent. It's amazing. But I also have friends that after their pre-med degree went on to start their own business and have become successful entrepreneurs since then, doing things like managing real estate or also starting their own company. When it comes to career choices and just finding something that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, my biggest life motto is to pick something that you actually enjoy doing. And I think that's how you're going to find the most success. You don't need to feel like becoming a doctor is your only choice if you chose to do a pre-med degree, because there really are so many different things out there for you to choose from. But what I think is really important is that you do your own research, look into all these different careers, and use any resources that you have available for you, like career counselors at school or people that are actually in the field. Now, at the same time, let's not get this twisted at all. I am in my 2nd year of medical school right now, and I absolutely love being here. There's nothing else that I'd rather do, and I definitely don't want to discourage anyone from going out and becoming a doctor if that's something that you wanted to do. But I did want to take today's episode and really set some time aside to talk about all of the other potential career options that you have with a pre-med degree. As always though, I really hope this video was able to help you guys, and if it did, feel free to smash the like button, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. But other than that, I am going to go ahead and get back to studying now. We do have a big exam coming up in about a month for us. It's our first OSCE that we've ever had to do in my 2nd year now, so I'm going to show you exactly what that's been like for me. We'll see you guys all in the next one. Everyone take care.